So from the wall-to-wall sunshine that we had last week, this week so far has turned out decidedly much more grey. But let's take a quick look back at the week so far.
Hey man, I hope you're doing good. I hope the knee's treating you better. So I figured the snow is pretty different today than it was yesterday, so it might be useful for you. It might not, so just do whatever you want with this video. But the snow is pretty crap. We are at the top of Etudiants in Saint-Gervais, and it is probably around 5, 6, 7 degrees. Like, it's not cold at all. And this now, it is also the 23rd of February. The snow is looking like this. So yeah, let me just ski a little bit. Yep. So this is what things are looking like. Pretty grim. Hopefully it will snow a little bit. Ain't not too long. But yeah. Look at the pieces over there. Can I zoom in? Look at that. It's time to pray to the snow gods. It's also fucking crowded. Jesus. Anyway, hope that's useful. Take care, man. Bye.
This is Kasia. Today we're gonna ski 5 favorite slopes of Chamonix ski bump in Le Contamine. It's usually a very sunny resort, but today unfortunately not. And normally we can see Mont Blanc behind me, but unfortunately not today. So we are now at which is like the center of Le Contamine. And we're gonna do this slope first. Wow! See you on the piste!
Thanks Kasia and Eddie. So the runs have suffered quite a bit so far this week already, especially below 1800 meters. Even above 1800 we definitely lost some snow still as well. But it's Tuesday now and the freezing level is gradually coming back down. So we've had maybe 2 or 3 centimeters of snow at this elevation so far today, and the freezing level should continue to fall throughout tonight, and by some point tonight or tomorrow morning it should be snowing down in the valley again in Chamonix. So things are moving in the right direction. But yeah, so far this week we've lost more snow than we've gained. There wasn't much in the way of meaningful rain over the weekend. It was just damp air, a bit of light rain and drizzle. But yeah, of course, very warm temperatures, which has made the snow suffer. But now it has been raining on and off throughout the day, quite heavily at times down in the valley. To begin with, it would have been raining up at this elevation, but as I say, the snow line is now coming down. So the base is now quite saturated, which does mean that when the freezing level drops tonight, it will all freeze. So tomorrow morning the piste could well be quite icy, although that said there should be at least dusting afresh on top of them to begin with. The home run back down to Saint-Gervais is still just about complete and skiable, as long as you don't mind a little bit of mud skiing. It's technically closed right now, but I expect as the temperatures fall overnight during this week, they'll turn some of the cannons back on and try and patch it up so they can reopen it again and try and nurse it through the rest of the holidays. I've never noticed this before, but this must be the steepest green run in the world. L'Anche d'Arbois here in Saint-Gervais-Megeve. I've genuinely seen red runs less steep than this. It's identical to the blue next to it, and even for a blue that's reasonably steep. So if you're a beginner, do not come to this green run. And this red, Milos or Mio, is one of my top 5 pistes in the whole of the Saint-Gervais ski area. You can find more on that video up here. And it's thanks in no small part to that absolutely amazing view. You can see almost all the way down to Clues. It's the end of the day, and after a brief lull, the weather has started to close in again, and we've got some fairly hefty snow showers blowing through. Luckily for me, today I wore my Outdoor Master goggles, which have 2 high quality interchangeable magnetic lenses, which has meant I've been able to keep the worst of the weather out of my face while still being able to see everything in high definition. So if you're after new goggles, helmet, whatever, I'd highly recommend checking out Outdoor Master, as they're possibly the best value brand on the market right now. And with my discount code included below and in the description, you'll receive a further 20% off, so it's an absolute steal. We're expecting maybe another 5 to 10 centimetres of snow tonight at mid-mountain, so around about 1800 metres. So again, nothing to write home about really, but it should go some way to repairing some of the damage that we've had already so far this week. So as expected, we had a dusting of snow down to valley level last night, and indeed it's still a few flakes of snow falling from the sky now. So I've come to Le Contamine to check out something different, so let's head up the mountain and see what it's like. So here at 1480 metres, which is kind of the lower mid-station in Le Contamine, there's been maybe 5 centimetres of snow maximum, including yesterday's snowfall as well. So really not that much yet, but still it's enough to make everything look pretty and white again, and you can be sure that there's more further up the hill too. I'm now at Signal at 1870 metres. This is kind of the central hub of the ski resort. Virtually all piste converged through here. Now as you can see, right now, there's nothing to see. We're well and truly in the clag at the moment, but there's been maybe 10 to 15 centimetres of snow at this elevation. And certainly here, it's not windblown at all. It's lovely, nice, soft and fluffy. So yeah, snow conditions at around about 800 to 2000 metres are looking pretty good here. But I'm seriously regretting leaving my sunglasses in the car, even though it's a whiteout. It's still bright, I'm having to squint. The on-piste conditions seem to be pretty lovely after this fresh snow. There is an icy base under here somewhere, but as of yet, it doesn't seem to be getting scraped down to it too many places, so yeah, pretty good for carving and for learning as well. The home run here in the Contamine is still open, and as far as I can tell, still looks pretty good. Sure, it's only slushy lower down at the bottom, but still worth doing. The Contamine probably has the best home run of all the ski areas in our lift pass, both in terms of snow reliability and simply in terms of interest as well. Nice snaking its way through the trees down here. Relatively flat, it's not particularly steep, but it is quite narrow, so it is a red. It can become icy at times, especially earlier in the season when it's just man-made base, but still, yeah, it's enjoyable nonetheless. Look at this, exactly 4 weeks to the day since I tore my ACL, probably, I'm back on skis again. Okay, granted, this isn't proper skiing, I'm basically just walking with skis strapped to my feet on the flat, but still, it's progress. So I'm just on the Nordic ski trails on my touring skis at Notre Dame de la Gorge, which is at the base of the Contamine. So yeah, like I say, I'm not really skiing, no transitions, no kick turns, no carving, basically just walking and gliding, but still, it's good to be out, getting exercise, getting the legs moving in the way that I want them to be moving. So, baby steps, but positive steps. So it's Thursday now, we've finally got a bit of blue sky poking through again, and the weather's finally starting to calm down a little bit. So I come up to the top of the index chairlift at Flagere, and up here, so actually some pretty good snow off piste, some fairly deep snow drifts. I'm maybe halfway up my shins right now, so at least 30 centimetres. Granted, I'm in the lee slope of the hut, so yeah, it's not going to be 30 centimetres everywhere, but there's definitely some nice snow to be had, and now that you can actually see it, some good off-piste conditions. On piste, of course, the snow is lovely, not hearing anybody scraping down to the base yet, so you're still on the nice soft fresh snow that we've had during this week. So yeah, great on-piste conditions too. The snow is a little bit more wind blown here than it was at Le Contamine yesterday, but then again I'm a little bit higher here. Top of index is around about 2,300 meters, so yeah, of course it's more exposed to the wind, and it's in big open bowl up here as well. But even so, again, if you can find some nice snow in the hollows, you can have some fun. In between the clouds, there's been some lovely skiing to be had on the Valley Branch this week as well. Indeed, sometimes you've even been above the cloud. So yeah, several days this week, some of my friends have been up there. It's been lovely untouched powder. Of course, with the weather, broadly speaking, being cloudy, less people are heading up there, which means those who do are getting more of the goods. It's much less tracked out, and there's much more fun to be had. So we're currently coming to the end of week 2 of the Paris half-term holidays and the start of week 2 of the local schools holidays. So next week should definitely be a bit quieter than it's been on the slopes this week, but it is still, of course, Haute-Savoie and the whole of central France on holiday. So there'll still be plenty of school kids up and about, families here next week as well. But yeah, things are definitely slowly but surely starting to get quieter, starting to get back towards normality. But of course, this Saturday on the roads is still going to be very, very busy, and indeed Sunday as well. But more people will be leaving than arriving, hopefully. So expect some traffic jams if you're trying to leave resort. It shouldn't be too bad coming into resort. The airports too should still be quite busy, but again, nothing like they've been the last 2 weeks. So definitely getting back towards normality at the airports as well. So with the warm, damp weather we had earlier in the week, we had a continued loss of the snowpack down in the valley bottom. So it's looking very spring-like down in Chamonix now, no longer a winter wonderland. But of course, if you head further up the valley towards Le Tour and Argentière, you will still find more lying snow in the valley bottom. So if that's what you want from your ski holiday, then consider staying further up the valley. So what weather have we got in store for the coming week? For starters, the over conditions should slowly but surely be improving. Unfortunately, there's no more snow in the forecast, at least for the next 6 or 7 days, but at least for over the weekend it is staying cold. So the snow that we have now should stay quite nice, cold and dry into the start of next week. But at the moment it does look like heading into next week, further along, Monday and Tuesday, the temperatures should start to warm up again. Freezing levels are going back above 2,000 meters. So through the middle of next week, things will start to get spring-like up on the mountain as well. But still, we've got plenty of snow. This last bout of snow has topped everything up again. So if you put in a little bit of effort, maybe boot pack up a couloir or grab the skins, go off into the side country. For a few days next week at least, you should still be able to find some lovely, nice powdery snow to enjoy. Of course, remember, the sun is getting stronger day on day now. We're getting closer and closer to the spring equinox. So even though temperatures may well be well below freezing up on the mountain, anytime the sun comes out, if you're somewhere out of the wind, it's going to be feeling pleasantly warm now this time of year. But conversely, if you're away from the sun and in the clag somewhere, especially if it's windy, it can still feel pretty damn cold. So be prepared for all eventualities next week. So that's just about it for this week. Don't forget to keep sending me your video clips and pictures if you're out here over the next few weeks. Help me bulk out the snow report. It gives you a chance to be famous for 15 seconds as well. And of course, if you're out, have fun, stay safe, enjoy the lovely mountains, enjoy the snow, and till next time. Monchou here in Grassenay and its sister bakery, L'Alpin in Argentière, are definitely my favourite bakeries in the valley. So anytime I'm up this end of the valley, I always make sure to stop at one or the other. Bon app.